Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do another sit down chit chat with me video, and today I want to talk to you guys about how I deal with my household bills. I know half of you, or maybe some of you may know, may not know, that my husband and I used to live in a motel room before we moved into the house that we live in now, and it's just very different. The bills, the arrangement of the bills, everything is just very different. So I figured, since it's kind of like towards the end of the year, I thought it would be a good tip, or just good video possibly to film for you guys if you guys are going through the same, or maybe kind of the same situation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So like I said, I know that some of you may know already that my husband and I used to live in a motel room for about 4 or 5 years when we first got married. It was actually probably the week of us getting married, we moved into the motel. And it's actually, the motel's in the same town that we live in now. And we did not expect to live there for as long as we did. I wanted to possibly live there for maybe a year, 2 tops. But, you know, life gets in the way, and money gets in the way, financials, all that good stuff. So, yeah, it was a lot longer than expected. And it's totally different than what I'm dealing with now with my bills, because the motel room had everything included. We paid rent once a week, and it was about 182 per se, maybe not exact, but around that. And then towards like the middle of our stay, we actually got it cut down to about 175 a week. You were actually able to pay once a month or once a week, depending on your situation, I guess. But of course, the pay was still the same. But we got it cut down to about 175 because my husband ended up being able to get a job there to do the yard work, and being kind of like the cleaning lady for the bathrooms in each room. So that was pretty nice, because we figured even if she had paid us, the landlord had paid us in cash, we would still probably would have gave her back the cash anyways for rent. So we just told her to take it off our rent pay, and that was that. But that was very nice of her to do, and it helped a lot, actually. He actually is still doing that job today. But so, like I said, it was very different dealing with the bills. Everything was included in the rent. The water, garbage. Well, actually, I think the water and the garbage were in one bill. So the water, garbage, internet, cable. What else is there? Electric, and I said internet. Yeah. So all of that was included. The only thing that I can't talk. The only thing that was not included, was like our personal bills, of course, like gas and car insurance, cell phone bill, toiletries, food, stuff like that, our personal items. So everything was included, which was very nice. So it didn't seem like we had to handle so much. But then after about 4 or 5 years later, we moved into his mom's house, which, like I said, is in the same town that we live in now, just like a couple blocks away from the motel, which is pretty nice because he still works there. But anywho, so I just wanted to address how different it was starting off and how stressful it was, because I did not have to deal with so many bills and big amounts and all that crap when we lived in the motel room, which was really nice that I didn't have to deal with it. And we also had a storage unit too, which was $100 a month, which we still have, unfortunately. But so that ended up being, personal bills. But so like I said, when we moved into the house, of course, nothing is really included in anything except maybe the water and the garbage might be the same bill together, depending on where you're from, I guess. That's how it is over here in Florida, or at least in most parts. And I was like, I knew I had to get ready for it, because I knew what I would kind of knew what I was getting myself into, but then again, like, I was of course shocked at the same time because I never really had to deal with that, because even before the motel room, we never really had to pay bills. We never had a house or an apartment of our own. We did stay in this house before we lived in the motel room when we first got together, but I only paid like my part of my food and maybe the water bill, and that was it. But she only, his mother only like told me how much I needed to give her each month, pretty much, and that was that. So it was still pretty simple. But now we've lived here for almost a year. I think October, yeah, in the middle or towards the end of October will be a year, which I can't believe. It's so crazy. A lot has changed. But I love it. And anywho, so yeah, so I just kind of like went in and took charge because you got to, and I had to take charge, but honestly, mentally, I didn't know what I was doing. I just like paid bill once they came, paid bill after bill, and I was so stressed each month. I was unorganized. I was overwhelmed because I didn't know what I was doing. I was, like I said, I was unorganized until probably about a month or so in it. I was like, okay, we got to sit down. We got to figure out how to deal with this. We got to figure out how to go on with this a better way, because it's not going to change. It's not going to get any better. We're going to be dealing with this for the rest of our life. So we got to be more organized. So this could be common sense to a lot of people, and you're probably like, duh, Carmen, list your bills, be organized, blah, blah, blah. But, some might be a beginner like I was at one point, and I just did not think about it because you get overwhelmed and all that. So I thought this would be hopefully a good tip to some people and help some people. So I got a book, and any notebook, doesn't matter, of course, and I put the word bills on it so I know exactly that that's what this is for, and nothing else. No notes, no letters, no drawings, nothing else but the bills. So each month, I started it in, let's see, we moved in October, and I started this, getting the book in November, it says. So this is the first list that I made, and it says November bills up here, and then I put the date 2018 so I know like how far I've been dealing with this and all that. So I list all our bills, like the name of the bills, the date when they're supposed to be paid or the date when we pay them, and the amount of how much is due. And there's a little bit more detail that we go into it because my husband is what's called a payee for each of the girls that we live with, his nieces and his sister. And so we have a debit card for each of them, an account for each of them. And they have different amounts of what they have on their card. And so we like to we started in like a month or two ago, so we didn't have it on this page. But about a month or two ago, we ended up doing that, like started listing what person or what card paid for what bill. Like, let's say we took Carrie, my sister-in-law's card, and she pays the mortgage of the house. So we list her name, Carrie's card, beside mortgage, so that way we know how much we took out for what bill. Gotta stay organized. I mean, gotta list everything to not get overwhelmed or stressed, because it's not fun at all, and it can happen very easily, especially when you have a list like this, and it's scary, and it's just all you want to do is throw everything and say I quit, but you can't. So I list all the bills. Like I said, this started up in November, and now it's almost October. And actually now I've been folding the pages so that way I don't have to like flip and find each page that I'm on. Excuse me. So I fold each page so I can just go right to it when I open the book. So it's August now, towards the end of August, and this is my monthly list, and at the end, when I pay each bill, I list the amount and check it off each time I pay it. Right after I pay it, let's say I call the cable and I pay off the cable bill, I try to remember each time right after I'm done, get my book and just check it off, so that way I'm like not like, oh crap, I forgot I need to pay the water bill or I need to pay the cable bill, and I've already paid it. So I just gotta look at my book and make sure I know where I'm at, and that'll tell me. And then when I'm done with when I'm done with all the bills towards the end of the month, after everything's paid, I like to add it. This is just like, if you want to do it, I kind of like to see everything so I know for sure all the amounts. But I like to add everything up, each bill, and then put the amount on the bottom and circle it and say total, and that way I know. And maybe we can say, oh my gosh, we're spending way too much on bills, we need to cut down on cable, or we need to cut down on internet or something, cut it off for a few months, or just get rid of it totally because we need to be saving money, it's not necessary, whatever. So that's why I like to write the total down. I like, as you can tell though, I'm not done with these. Actually, it's this month, August. Yeah, actually, I'm done with all these bills. So I need to finish. I paid off Hulu, so I need to check that. I paid my DirecTV and my AT&T, so I need to check all those and get the dates on them because I missed the dates, and then I'll do the total. And sadly, our total is usually over $1,000 each month, and we've been talking, me and my husband have been talking, and we're like, this is like ridiculous. This is an ungodly amount of money that we're spending on bills and everything. And this is not including gas and food and toiletries and stuff. This is just like the bills, like I said, insurance and electric and water and our storage unit and car insurance, cell phone, even the DirecTV and stuff. Each bill that's we know for sure is going to come out. So we're thinking about cutting down cable, cutting it off, because now we have a Roku. I don't know if maybe some of you guys don't know what that is, whatever, but it's just streaming. You can stream Netflix, Hulu, and all that stuff on it. So we pretty much have a lot of entertainment, and we use internet more than we do cable. So we're thinking possibly, I still watch the cable a lot. Like, I'm actually watching it now. It's just on pause, but we're thinking about cutting it off, or at least for a few months, and see how big of a change it is. And if it's really not that big of a change after a few months, then we're like, okay, we could go ahead and go back on it if we really wanted to. But yeah, I just thought I would share with you the difference from when I lived in the motel room and the house with all these bills. And because it's been almost a year since I lived here, and that's just crazy to me. Sometimes I feel like we lived here longer, sometimes I feel like we just moved in, but I love it, and I'm so happy we live here and we're taking care of the girls and all that stuff. Maybe I'll do an update on that and tell you guys how that's been going and everything. But I hope this video has helped some of you guys out, any of you guys, or just maybe you just enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm always like looking up tips on how to pay my bills or how to be organized on like paperwork or bills or all that kind of stuff, because that's what I do now, and I like looking up tips and everything and advice and stuff. So YouTube is just great. You can find everything on YouTube. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped some of you guys out. If not, like I said, I hope you just enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little bell over there somewhere, wherever it is, so you can be part of my YouTube family and join into the next videos that I am making. I'm not sure exactly what kind of videos it is. I have a few ideas, but if you guys have any more ideas like this that you would like advice on, or just sit down talk with me or anything like that, please list ideas down below. I would love to hear your ideas, and I'd be happy to make a video out of it. So yeah, please give this a video a thumbs up. I hope I didn't miss anything, and I hope I wasn't talking too fast or anything like that. But yeah, I think that was all I really wanted to go through, was basically this book, show you guys and help you guys out being organized and all that. Just, it really helps me out paying my 100 list bills that I have to pay each month, and being organized is a very big help. I love you, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.